What's up, everyone? How you doing? This your man, Coach Block, and I am here on in TDS Radio at my studio for the radio station. But today we are doing the First and Goal 365 podcast, high school highlight featuring Coach Brooks, and we're going to have two great guys coming in that we want you guys to meet. Two student athletes. One was here before, but the last time he was here, he was at a game, so his sound was a little sketchy. But today we get an opportunity to sit down with him, and then also we have a special guest, a parent who is taking on the responsibility of letting other parents know how this recruiting process goes and some of the tools that they are using themselves for their son, which, it's I invite because Coach Brooks and I sometimes it might be like beating a dead horse. We say the same things over and over again, and maybe it might be good for it to come from another source. So let me bring in co-host and the man who always gets us the connections with the players, my man, Coach Ed Brooks. How you doing, Coach?
Doing good, Coach. Hope you are.
I am doing well. I cannot complain. Tell me something good. What's the good news out there?
Well, the dead period ends tomorrow on Sunday, so active recruiting will resume on Monday, and
Yes,
most schools or some schools will be starting their spring practices Monday. So some of these top level prospects expect to be invited in for spring practices as well as spring games.
yes, sir. And for guys that don't understand, um, spring now is key,
Key.
because if you wait till the summertime especially for our juniors and sophomores, it might be a little too late. So you gotta be available. Make sure your grades are right. Make sure your transcripts and everything like that are available because right now coaches are getting their boards ready for next year to solidify, to get ready to get out those offers for the first round, and then also for the years to come. So take your spring ball seriously. Make sure you develop yourself and make sure you're in school. I cannot repeat enough. Make sure you are in school. So when coaches come to see you, you are able to be seen. One of the things you don't want to do is have a coach come in and you're not there. So
Just had that happen with a kid I'm working with a week or so ago.
oh, are you kidding me, Coach?
I'm serious. I hate to say it, but yeah, absolutely.
Man, see, yeah, you want to make sure you're there. I one of the things that as a head coach that I used to hate is when I told players like during the open period, during the open time when coaches can come in and out, man, you never know. And you would like to think that you get a heads up from college coaches, but I promise you, most coaches don't. They just pop up. Hey, coach, what you got? I'm here to see this guy, this guy, this guy. And if you're not there, just that quickly, you could potentially lose an opportunity. So make sure you are there and in the building. All right. So what I want to do is bring our first guest on our high school highlight. And once again, another guy coming from that historic Hillside High School. I wanted to call it Hillside University right there, but Hillside High School. So I got my man Sterling Edwards coming in from Hillside High School. What's going on, sir? How you doing?
What's going on? I'm doing well. Myself.
Good.
How's it going, Sterling?
What's going on, Mr. Airbus? How you doing?
You the man.
So Sterling, man, let's talk. We got spring ball coming up. What can we expect? What you got going on for spring?
Spring ball. I'm just really trying to I've been doing much speed work, getting in the weight room.
Mm-hmm.
Just really trying to progress myself up, because I know this senior year it's everything. I gotta leave it out there. So just making sure keep my body healthy and yeah.
Okay. So then now coming from last year to this year, what are some things about your game that you want to change, enhance, or what are some things that you're looking to do on that field different from junior to senior year?
Well, I know last year, I have a great getting off the ball, most online stop that. But now I want to disrupt the backfield this year, and
okay.
that's really what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I got to make fine, and that's what I'm looking forward to showcase this year.
Okay. So tell me your primary and then also a possible secondary position in case coaches are looking at you to do more.
So at the moment, so I can really say I play I don't know if you would say nose guard and D tackle are two different positions, but I know it's two different ways. Like you have two different body types of playing positions, and I feel like I can fit in both of those. You know,
Okay.
because I'm pretty low to the ground, so playing nose guard, taking on double teams, I know I can do that for sure. And D tackle, you know, when you're more wide out, I feel like I'm ready to have it. If I'm pushing guard into the back.
Okay. So then what's your preference? Which one would you prefer?
I prefer D tackle. I love D tackle, getting out pass rushing.
Okay, good. Who do you model your game after? So what other players are you looking at where you say in college and in the pros where you say that's how that's how I play, or that's how I aspire to play?
Well, I would say Anenis Peoples from Virginia Tech
Mm-hmm.
and him have a similar body type.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody who's in the league now, Brian Murphy. You know, both of those players I know because I try to because at them, I can see that it's still possible to get that far. You feel me? Because most people are not looked at for like 6 foot. There are people like they're really showing them they can do it at their height. They're still doing it at the same level.
Okay. So then now when you're preparing for a game, what are some keys that you're watching the O-line do? What are some things that let you know, okay, he's pass setting, or it's a run play, or even if you know, oh, I got this guy, he's gonna have a hard day today?
Well, I say the first thing that I see is their pass sets. Do they like to show their hands? Because playing D line, I never want to get so close up into an O lineman. I want to, if he shoots his hand, can I swipe him off, get past him really quick? Once I defeat his hand, I got 0.5 to get past him, and I know that's off my get off right there.
Good. How much time do you put in on film, man? Tell me how much film you watch.
I'll say during the season, I really I'll fall asleep watching film. That's how, you know, yeah. So season, I know I'm locked in on film all the time.
Okay, and what are your realistic goals for this season, statistic wise?
Statistics wise, so last year I had 70 tackles with missing 3 games. I could push it up to 100 this year, and that's what I'm shooting for.
Okay. And so tell us, do you have any schools looking at you currently at this time?
Yeah, I have many in-state schools looking at me, but really what it boils down to is I'm giving interest to anybody who's giving interest in me.
And tell me, what school fits you the most? Like, are you looking for, because some people excel in big campuses, some people like smaller, intimate campuses. What school ideally would you feel you thrive in?
I feel like I could thrive in somewhere in the atmosphere of a smaller institute like Richmond. You know, those are like private institutes. I feel like a lot of the university stuff. I just need coaches who are believing in me. You know, that's what I need.
And what type of major, if you have thought about that, what type of major are you looking at, or what areas of study do you feel are your strong suits?
I've been looking into mass communications. Mass communications could get me in like this right here, like broadcasting. I can get a sports analyst. You know, I football to put me in the best position to go further in life with it.
All right, well, I got a challenge, and I'm sure your parents would probably like, if you really want to do this, one day I'll let you broadcast the First and Goal podcast. I'll let you do it, so I'll let you interview one of your homeboys. So if you pick one of your boys to interview, I'll let you come on here and do it. How about that? Is that a deal?
That sounds good.
Oh, did I lose you? You
hear me? Hello?
He'll check back up in a minute. Something going on at the studio.
Okay.
We lost everybody. Hello? We back?
Yeah, we back. We good.
Okay. Oh, man. Doing this live is the hardest thing ever. If anybody ever thinks that you can do this live, matter of fact, you just learned your first lesson of what happens when you go live and things start to mess up. So my question was, because I didn't get the feedback back, was would you be willing to, if you, once again, this is if you and your parents are cool with it, I will allow you to host First and Goal 365 and interview one of your homeboys, and so we can get you some practice into this broadcasting world. Would
Yes,
you
sir.
do
I'll
it?
be down. I will.
All right, great. So the beauty is we're right here in Durham, right? And so what I will do when we get done with this interview, you give me your information, and we'll get another one of your friends, or even if you want to interview Coach Knowles. I think that'll be funny if Coach Knowles lets you interview him, and let's work your skills on what you want to do as far as your goal, man, for the long haul.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Now I got another question. I can't let you out of here without asking this question. Let's say right now I got an offer on the table, and it's the school that you want to go to. It's your dream school, and the coach looks you square in the eye the way I'm looking at you right now. Oh, I said, let's say right now the coach asks you, what type of player am I getting? What type of athlete am I getting? I got an offer right here on the table. You tell me why I should give you this money to come to my university. What are you going to say?
To be honest, I would say I'm the type of person who would never take less. You know, like any position where I'm going to be greatest, I feel like I am never going to be there at the top. I feel like I really feel incomplete, you know, because I really want more, like with anything I do. You know, I always want to learn more. I always want to be taught more, you know, and then depending on the coach, I'll be like, I would love to learn more from you, you know, and I would say that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, if he asked you, because the one thing you said, you're always a student of the game, you always want to learn more, and that's fantastic. That is great. That's what every coach wants to hear. Also, coaches want to know, what do you feel like you need to work on? Because like you said, every player, you know, there's strengths and weaknesses. We're not 100. We're not complete. So what's something that you feel like you need to work on coming in so that you can be a dominant player?
Say that you're breaking up.
Oh, what would you feel like you need to work on to be a dominant player, a 100% dominant player? Oh,
You said it again?
What do you feel like you need to do to be a dominant player on every
It's kind
down?
of breaking up.
Oh, is it breaking up? Coach Ed, am I breaking up with you too?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Would you say, am I breaking up with you too, Coach Ed?
No, you're clear with me.
Oh, okay. Hold on. All right.
I can hear you.
So, all right. I was about to say, Sterling, I don't know if that's me, baby. I got everything up. All my bars is up, baby. No, I was asking, what do you need to work on? Like, so you as a player, what do you think you need to do better?
I feel like this year I need to do better. I would say you're saying relating to football, right?
Yeah. Well, the game. What would you like to work on so that you can be the most dominant player on the field?
I would just work on getting bigger, you know, because I know no matter how many, I don't need moves, you know, with college, I just need 2 moves to stick out, you know, and make it work every time. But I feel like I just want to get bigger and faster. I'm working on my force because I know me getting faster, it could put me in the top percentile with those top athletes, you know, because I already lack not being the tallest. So I know if I work on that, if I'm shaping up my body right now, like I've been losing a lot of weight, but I know I'm top percentiles with those athletes, you know, and that's what I'm working towards. I know that would.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So let me know one thing that somebody doesn't know about you. Like what type of hobbies do you have outside of football?
I would say I love going to the country, you know, riding forerunners, you know, in open fields, you know. I'm a country boy at heart, even though I live down, but I'm fishing, stuff like that. That's what I love doing.
Awesome, man. So currently, what's your GPA sitting at?
3.85.
Say that again.
3.85.
Congratulations, man.
Great job. Great work.
Great work, man. Keep that work up. With that 3.85, you can go wherever you like to go.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Coach Ed, what you got before we get up out of here?
Yeah, well, Sterling, congrats on your, I think you got a visit coming up at Ball State Junior Day invite. Congratulations on that, and keep us posted on how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Hey, man, we're going to definitely be in contact. And also, like I said, we're going to get your information. I got your information. We're going to get you on here, and I want you to host the show interviewing somebody. You can pick the person, but you're going to interview them, and we're going to let you see if this is what you really want to do.
I got you. I got to pick the person. Once I pick the person, I got you.
Say less, man. And good luck this season, man. We're here. If you need anything, just let us know. You got us, myself, and Coach Brooks, man.
All right. Take care, man.
Thank you.
All right, peace. It's a great young man right there, man. Like,
yes, he is.
That 3.85, boy, you can go wherever you want.
He can punch his own ticket with that high GPA.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're going to keep things moving right along. The next guy, like I said, he has been here before, but he was on a visit. So the sound wasn't really clear. We weren't able to specifically hear him, but we brought him back because he's just that good for us to bring him back to talk to him again. So we have Luke Faulkner. What's going on, sir? How's everything?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good.
How's it going, Luke?
Last time we seen you, you were at a visit at Elon. I think that was Elon, wasn't it?
William and Mary.
William and Mary. Okay. So now tell us now where you're at as far as the recruiting process, and then how you're preparing for spring and this recruiting season coming up.
In the recruiting process, I'm really trying to keep all my options available and reaching out to coaches, really trying to get my name out there. And for the spring recruiting process wise, just working on my grades, staying good in school, and keep working on my craft in the background. And right now in the spring, I'm actually playing baseball.
Oh, okay. And the season pretty much just started, didn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I was going to ask what's your record, but we're not that far. 2-1?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's your stats in baseball? That's important.
I bat right now above 500.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, got 5 hits on the season. Out of 9 at bats.
Okay. So then now how do you balance because I'm glad you said that as a dual sport athlete. Actually, you do more than just baseball too.
Indoor track too.
Right. So as a tri-sport athlete, how do you balance all this and still be able to prepare for your season? Because spring ball and baseball, they coincide. They run along each other. So how do you prepare both and be able to be ready for football as well?
One big thing is really taking care of my body and making sure that I'm still staying healthy, still stretching and recovering well, and keeping my mind, focused on the job at hand, and just trying to stay with it.
Mm-hmm. So now, do you feel personally, and just if you don't, that's fine too, but do you feel personally that track and baseball assist you with football?
Absolutely. Both sports have their own benefits. Baseball keeps me into my footwork because I play in the outfield, flipping my hips to go catch a fly ball. Track really helped me with my speed. I could tell a huge difference on my increase in speed after running indoor track.
And so now for those who may not know, I'm always an advocate of multiple sports, because before you had personalized trainers, the only trainer you had was the coach in the next sport. So do you do workouts outside of just your baseball? Because nowadays people do. So tell us about your rigorous schedule with working out and school and then baseball.
So for example, right now in spring, playing baseball, we'll end practice about 5:30. And after that, I may go to the field and do some techniques, linebacker technique drills, keeping my footwork sound. I have weightlifting at school each and every day, constantly lifting weights, getting bigger, faster, stronger. So, and then at night, when I get home, doing schoolwork, staying on top of that. So
to be honest, you love this game enough that you're sacrificing, and so let people know who want to perform at a high level, right? Because those who do perform at a high level don't have to always say they perform at a high level. But tell us a little bit about what you sacrifice and what you're willing to sacrifice as a student athlete to be the best that you can be. Like you don't get a chance to do everything that everybody else does and some of your friends do. So tell us about the sacrifices that go into this.
It's a big sacrifice of time. You don't go out and party, go out with your friends every weekend because you're trying to get to the place, you're trying to achieve your goals and dreams of playing at that high level in college or NFL, whatever it may be,
Mhm.
you're sacrificing those times of being out with your friends and putting in work, working out, doing homework, schoolwork, such things like that.
Yeah. Now, do you feel as though as a student athlete right now, and just for we talked about your GPA before, but drop your GPA real quick again.
4.35.
Okay, so now balancing a 4.35, training, and 3 different sports, how does that wear on you as a student athlete mentally? Because I'm sure physically we can see when you get tired, and parents can see when it's like, okay, we've had enough. But also talk about the mental side, because to perform at a high level, you got to stay mentally in the game.
So for me, I always give myself mental. I would say you need to work on your mentality and your mind as much as you do your physical body, right? You got to give yourself time away from everything. My time is usually early in the morning or late at night. I'm a religious guy, big believe in Jesus Christ. I have a time and hour read scripture, and I meditate, and I sit on that and let God, help my body and mind recover and just stay in tune and focused.
That's huge and very mature answer. I like that, because I don't think a lot of people understand that the mental side of this, to be able to perform the way you do on the field and off, is you have to train your mind just as much as your body. And so now tell us about the role that your parents play in this, because you have to have a support system to be able to do this. So tell us about the role your parents play as well.
Absolutely. They have a huge impact on who I am and the process I made and everything, because they sacrifice so much. They sacrifice time, money. They sacrifice, they leave their job to come watch me play, to get me to camps in the season, to visit, whatever it may be. It's a lot on them too. And they help get my name out there. They do the things to help me get to where I want to be, which is huge.
And so now when we're talking about, we'll go into football and then, the summertime now and the workouts and all like that, what are you expecting from yourself? What would you like to see as I asked Sterling, to be that dominant player that you are? What areas would you like to enhance?
I always want to enhance my leadership, push my teammates to be the best they can be, so our team as a whole can be the best that we can be. Keep improving my speed, which is going to be huge as I go to the next level. Also, with the new conference change, I'm hoping that we face teams that pass the ball more, because previously I've been in a run-heavy conference. So working on my pass coverage skills is going to be huge.
So what positions are you playing now? And then college-wise, what positions would you like to play? What are people looking at you for as far as the next level?
My primary position is inside linebacker, Mike, preferably. On offense, I play fullback, and I'm also our long snapper.
How quick is your long snap? Have you timed yourself?
I haven't timed it, no, sir.
I promise you that is a talent that a lot of people cannot do, and it will get you a scholarship easier than a lot of people would think. It's a timing thing. I didn't know that until I became a college coach myself, and we did not have a long snapper, and we had to find one. And immediately, next thing you know, people were asking about the times, how many steps, and all this other stuff does it take the punter once they receive the actual snap. And it was wild. I didn't know there was that much detail in it, because I took it for granted. So I'm letting you know there's another lane of money for you if those snap times are on. I promise you, man, it's hard to find a long snapper.
I'll have to get that time.
Coach, do you got anything?
Yeah, Luke. So you have a scheduled spring game visit with not spring game, but practice with Elon. So good luck on that. Let me ask you a question. With your high GPA, has any of your film been sent to any of the Ivy League schools, or are you interested in any of the Ivy League schools?
Yes, I've actually been in contact with Penn University. They've reached out, and that's an Ivy League school that I'd be interested in.
In Penn?
Awesome.
Okay, good.
Awesome. And I will also, I'll say it on air, I'll also talk with you and your dad, because Yale, think about it. Just that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, think about it. I don't want nobody like he's influencing kids. No, just think about it. You know.
Well, my suggestion would be think about all of them.
Yes, sir. Agreed. 1,000%.
All my options available. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So now, same question I asked Sterling before we get you out of here. Money's on the table, offers right in front of you, and a coach looks you dead in the eye and he tells you or asks you this: what type of player am I getting, and why should I give you this offer? Tell me what you got.
You're going to see a player who's going to strive to be the greatest, no matter what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
A player who's going to be a leader in the locker room. A player who's going to be a selfless leader and putting the team above himself while still striving to be the best.
Great answer, man. Great answer. So check this out.
Sir.
Anything that myself or Coach Brooks can do, you let me know and let Coach Brooks know. You guys, you got our email and everything, and we are here to assist you and help you in any way you can, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Looking for a strong spring from you. I'll be watching.
Absolutely.
Take care, man.
All right, take care. So, once again, you can't beat the GPAs, and I think the thing that I enjoy the most, Coach, is when we bring guys on this platform, they are recruitment ready. They have the grades. If you don't have the grades, then we're just wasting our time.
Absolutely. Wasting everybody's time if your grades are not straight.
Yeah, you can be the best talent in the world. You don't have grades, that's where the conversation stops.
That's right.
So
absolutely.
One thing that, like I said earlier when I entered the show was Coach Brooks and I, we tend to talk about this in nauseam about what you need to do to get recruited and to get on the board. But, you know, like back in the day when people used to say sometimes you tune your parents out and all you hear is just womp, 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 womp. Well, maybe, just maybe, that's what you guys hear from myself and Coach Brooks. So we got a different angle. And Mr. Faulkner, Luke's dad, has actually started to get some traction on his social media, on Twitter, or X, where people now are taking a looking into some of the techniques and some of the advice that he has given. So I wanted him to come on this platform and open up the door for him to be able to talk to you guys as well about what he's doing, what he's experiencing, the funds that he has helped recruit as well. So without further ado, let me bring on Mr. Todd Faulkner. How you doing, sir?
Good afternoon.
What's going on, Todd?
Hey, Coach. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Todd, man, tell us what you got going on, brother.
Well, I tell you, this kind of all started back. Luke's got an older brother, Isaiah, and when he was going through high school, he was a two-sport athlete, football, baseball, and it was right. He was a 22 graduate of high school, and so he was right in the middle of COVID, and trying to help him. And he was one of those who wouldn't weigh one way or the other, football, baseball. He was trying to let the coaches decide basically which one they would want him the most. And so it took him up until, the end of his junior year to mentally choose, I'm going to look at baseball. Excuse me, football.
Okay.
Where he probably had more opportunities in baseball. And so just because of the position that he was playing in football was quarterback, and just coaches want to see a lot more commitment, off-season work, and things like that at a college level for quarterbacks.
Right.
And so, but it began an opportunity for me to see how presenting him on social media with X, I kind of helped him develop, different videos and things that we took of his games, and create a platform for him to kind of a resume builder for himself. We used both football and baseball seasons simultaneously. And so learning that through him, he graduated in 2022. Luke moved into high school in the fall of 22. So there was a window of time where that transition. And the biggest thing for Luke was he knew he was going to be a football player.
Right.
He had been a football player from day one.
Okay.
He played baseball for fun and loved the game. I was a high school baseball coach at North Brunswick High School and Green Hope High School, along with football. So he played for me when he was young, and we had a good time, and he just stayed with it. he's really a talented baseball player. He's not going to promote himself that way, but I think as a parent and a former coach, you see and you start hearing things that college coaches are really in tune to now.
Yes.
And social media is just a very small part of it. But you've talked to Sterling. He's that's the first time I've met Sterling, listening to this podcast. Very talented young man. I can imagine him being in front of a coach and the conversations he's able to have with a coach.
Right.
I've never met his parents. I'm assuming that his parents have been very influential in helping him in communication with that. Luke, you've seen a little bit of him. He has that personality that he's able to carry on an adult conversation with adults.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge in the recruiting process.
Yes, sir.
And so the social media aspect gets them on a board of some form just by the skills that they show on their film.
Right.
And, college coaches we have found with Luke, they look at those measurables pretty hard.
Yes.
And that's one of the elements that he has to overcome. Sounded like Sterling was kind of in the same boat, not as tall as they want him to be. And one of Luke's coaches in his high school, when he goes, he gets a contact from a coach and coach says, how tall are you? How fast are you? That coach says, don't worry about that. Just turn on the film, just watch the film. And then, after that, you can put your eyes on him and see what size he is. But I think getting video film on social media, sending it by emails, I kind of force Luke every Sunday afternoon. He and I sit down. He maps out an email that he wants to send out. We send it out to about 25 different schools that he would, have on his radar. And that's really kind of, he mentioned Penn University. That's where that once they saw the film and saw that he had a 4.3 GPA, he didn't say much about it, but he's got a visit there on I think it's like the 18th of April to their spring game. So
that's awesome.
We'll head up to Pennsylvania for that
that's awesome.
In April. He's also got another opportunity at Gardner-Webb that strictly came. He got a DM about 2 weeks ago from their defense coordinator. He went to their their summer camp last year and kind of got on their radar. Then the coach DM'd him, said, "Hey, I've watched your junior season. You look like you've improved a lot. We'd love to have you come for a spring visit."
Yeah.
So, Gardner-Webb's another one of those schools. So social media is just vital. And I know you mentioned earlier in our conversation that you had some slides and things of.
Yeah, let's get to it. There were some things that you had sent over that I think were some great bullet points, and I'll bring up some of them now. 1 second, let me pull those up for us so we can check those out. Here we go. So we had, for your film, the first 30 seconds should be fire. And I agree with that all the time. And, college coaches don't have a lot of time to view film. And so you got to get that thing within the first 15 to 30 seconds. And that should equal roughly about your first 5 to 10 plays. And if you can't do that, then you need to get with somebody like myself or Coach Brooks, even Mr. Faulkner, and let's help you with that. The other one that I thought was very important was 3 to 5 minutes long. Nobody has all day. I promise you, if you have a 10-minute highlight tape, the last 6 to 7 minutes will never ever be seen. And the no slow-mo that you had there, thank you. This is not a hype video. There is a difference between a hype video and a highlight video. The hype video is for social media, and that's for fun. The highlight video is specifically to handle business. We need to see what you can do because there's not a lot of time to impress a coach. and the ID yourself with an arrow before the play starts. That was another one that you hit the nail on the head on. There's nothing worse than the play starting and you having to try to find out who your player is that you're looking for. And Mr. Faulkner, what inspired you to come up with this list as a parent? Because a lot of parents don't know.
Yeah. So it's just interesting that Luke has some teammates with his high school team who, asked Luke how he, created his highlights.
Mm-hmm.
He said, well, me and my dad, he helped me put them together because he knows what coaches are looking for. As a former coach, I kind of know by position what I think a college coach. And there's lots of material resources out there that kind of show you what college coaches are looking for. So you need to map based on your position.
Mm-hmm.
You need to map the film to that.
Yes.
And basically, like for example, for linebackers, they want to see a plug in the hole. They want to see a pass drop. They want to see an open field tackle. They want to see a pass rush on a blitz.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
They want to see covering a sideline run on a sweep.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of things. And basically you just, like you said, 3 to 5 minutes, you just find those 5 or 6 type of plays and just put them on a loop from different games.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the key for like linebacker. The same thing can be said for wide receivers. I had a wide receiver DM me from California after he saw this post. I've probably gotten, probably over 100 DMs from high school kids who have seen this on Twitter and just messaged me separately just to say, can you check out my film and tell me what I need to fix or update?
And so what I also want to do, because with that point, is bring up actually the information that you have for social media. Hold on one second. Let me bring that up too, because that was some great information as well. Here it is. There we go. So you have send an email or a DM to the recruiting area or position coach. That is to introduce yourself. That is so key, man. These guys do not know who you are. So the only way they're going to know who you are is if you send your information. Include your huddle season link in the EM or DM and request an evaluation. Ask your high school head coach to reach out to the college coach about attaining a spring practice. And that one right there, I think a lot of young people don't know. That is probably your biggest point there that I think a lot of student athletes glance over. It is important to get in front of coaches as much as possible, and those spring practices are a great way to do it. Like I really love that point. And so where did you, I mean, you've been through the process and like you said, as a coach, but what made you pick these essential bullet points?
I have quite a few former contacts through the years that some are still in coaching, some have been out of coaching. I'll just throw out a name. I don't think he would mind me sharing this, but Alan Rodemaker. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that name. He's from Zebulon, grew up in Zebulon, went to Zebulon High School back when it existed. He went on to coach at Valdosta High School down in Georgia. He carried them to a state championship. His son is Tate Rodemaker. He was the quarterback for Florida State. I have he and I have had several offside conversations about, he's kind of guided me as to what in today's college world, what coaches are really looking for. Because he follows Luke. He knows what Luke's abilities are. He's, kind of shared with me what he thinks, where he thinks Luke will fit in, from his perspective. So I just think that, resources like him have kind of inspired me to share this with parents who are maybe trying to help their sophomore, freshman, junior player get more exposure using social media. So that's kind of where that's come from. Some other resources that I have access to.
Mm-hmm. And I want to also share this as well. Hold on, let me get this up here. I can't wait to put Sterling on this to be able to do this live by yourself, see if he can really handle it. I usually have my sister, but this is your ex information right here as well. So if people want to reach out to you, this is the information that you have out there right now.
Yep.
Yes.
I have my ex tag or name is kind of unique. It's Faulkner the Hawk. It's kind of my first part of my last name, and then that name came to me probably 20 years ago. I had a friend of mine who started calling me that. Yes. And so it just stuck, and so that's how you find me, Faulkner the Hawk. Doesn't really have much meaning other than it just rhymes. He said I was always keen-eyed and always on top of things, but I just want to be a resource. I'm very blessed in my career. I've been in the insurance industry for over 20 years. Actually, today's my 21st anniversary.
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
And so, prior to that, having the high school coaching experience, I was at several high schools. Out of NC State, I was a student coach at Cary High School back in the mid '90s when they were state championships on every sport. Okay. So I learned a lot from that coaching staff.
Yes, sir.
Actually, I'll give them a shout out. That coaching staff at that time, they were Eastern finalists in football. They were Eastern finalists in baseball, state champions in basketball, state champions in wrestling. And every single one of those coaches were all on the football staff.
Okay.
And I don't know that you find that anymore where there's a commitment from an entire program that all the coaches of all the sports coach football. Right. And I think it's a tremendous. I will say that Luke is in a situation on a smaller scale at Southern Nash where that's kind of their homegrown coaching staff as well. So, but I think that that experience of having that background mixed in with my sales mentality of my career kind of guide me to wanting to help people. And some people out there on social media are trying to make a buck doing that, and I think that presenting this without any financial responsibilities or anything like that, or people are starting to see it's helpful and they don't have to pay anything for it.
So now for parents out here who are watching, and for those who will come across this, because this will live on YouTube and Facebook forever, you now have the three bodies that you see right in front of you who are not going to look at you and say, I need $1 million to help you. You have Coach Brooks, you have Coach Faulkner, you have Coach Block. Use the resources that you have so that we can help your sons or your daughters get into the schools that they would enjoy and fit them the best so that they can thrive. I definitely appreciate you taking the time to be a part of the podcast. And once again, please give everybody the social medias so that they can reach out to you if they are interested.
Thank you.
What's your social media again, Mr. Faulkner?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Faulkner the Hawk, FAULK,
Cool. Thank you. And I will be in touch too, because any information that I can share and that you are working on that I can put on the platform for First and Goal, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. I'm not a big X person, but I will be if I need to. So just let me know and I'll get it out.
I'm the same tag on Instagram, and a lot of times I'll share that information there.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Hey, make sure you tag me. I'll share it along.
All right.
All right. Have a good day, Mr. Faulkner.
I'll see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's good information.
It is very, very good information.
And at least people understand now that you and I aren't crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. He's preaching what we've been saying.
He's preaching it. I mean, and sometimes it might need to come from a parent who actually understands, hey, I'm doing it for my son and everything too. So before we get out of here, I know some people have stayed around for it and it was like, well, what is Coach Block going to talk about? Here's what I'm going to talk about. One of the things that we have discussed about this side of the state is that we need to have more camps. We need to have more advocacy. We need to have just a better overall stance about recruiting in this area. So there's no better platform than to have two gentlemen who can assist with that right here live. So we do put that out there every now and again. We put it out that you guys can participate. Then we run the podcast, and the podcast lives on YouTube forever. And then we take our times to do things with our social medias individually, but you also know that we're here. Here's what I have. And I put this challenge out to anyone. We now have access to St. Augustine's Field, and this is going to be May 24th. May 24th, St. Augustine University, right in downtown Raleigh, has given me the access to be able to have camp. Now, the reason why I'm saying this here is because we need to put this camp together collectively. I don't think it needs to be something that is just one specific person heading it up. So for all the 7-on-7 coaches and all the trainers and all the coaches that we take the time to go to Charlotte, and we take the time to facilitate camps that are in other areas, let's finally do one here in downtown Raleigh on a college campus of an HBCU that is a turf field that we can bring these coaches and these schools in. And it's also an open period so that we don't have to worry about can college coaches come. It's an open period. Let's do the work. And I was going, before talking to a colleague and getting on the podcast, I'm talking about left. I was going to call people out. Coach Brooks, I was ready to call people out. And the only reason why is because at some point in time, we have to put our money where our mouth is, where,
Right.
Oh, we need to change this. We need to do better out here on the east side. Well, here's an opportunity. Now, the question I have is it who or what that prevents you from doing it? The who of who's running it, meaning saying, oh, well, Coach Block got it. I don't want to work with him. Or is it the what? The what is, well, what are we trying to do and what are we trying to accomplish? Both of those answers are trash if it's just not, hey, man, this is for the kids. Right now, we need to put something together heading into the spring on an open day. And a matter of fact, I got the calendar here to show you guys this because this is important as well. So the recruiting calendar is big. If you don't know about it, you need to know about it. Let's see which one this is because I want to make sure I'm looking at the right one. There we go. So this is the May recruiting calendar, okay? So it's down here where you see the 24th, that Saturday, it's green. That's important. That means that college coaches are allowed to come and participate, show their face, and be a part of the camp right there live on the spot. Between all of the resources that we have as coaches, trainers, whatever you want to call yourself, we have the resources to be able to say, hey, let's get everybody we got here for this day, and let's have something for these kids that's in the capital city. And maybe, just maybe, I don't know, maybe we have Charlotte come to us for once. You know what I mean? Because if we have a camp right now, or if a camp is given right now, and I say it's in Charlotte, people are gassing up their car and they're taking off. I've seen it happen. I've had kids myself that I've coached to go to Charlotte. And it's not that Charlotte's doing something wrong. It's just here in Raleigh, right here downtown, we need to create our own opportunity. This is it. If we got the keys to a field, a turf field, and they're opening up the doors and saying, hey, go ahead, guys. If you guys want to have a camp, have a camp. We need to take advantage of that. So what's your thoughts?
I agree wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly.
I don't know what else we can do or say. Coach and I have been in conversations in reference to, okay, how do we make this look for us? And we're going to continue to have this conversation. But I want to open the door for those who want to be a part. I'm not going to call out any specific names. I'm not going to call out any specific people. I was going to do that. Because I was pissed off because I get tired of hearing the talk. But I don't want it to make it about that. I want to make it about us creating an opportunity for these kids and saying, I don't care who's running it or how it gets done. It just needs to get done.
Right.
And I'm telling you out there, I currently now have the contract set for May 24th at St. Augustine's University, and we can do a camp that day, which is an open day. So I openly invite anybody who wants to sit at the table with myself, with Coach Brooks. And I'm going to run this again as an ad. So I'm going to boost this so that more people can see it. I openly invite anybody who wants to work with us on this project to assure we can create a nice mega camp for these kids. May 24th, Raleigh, North Carolina, capital city. We are here. You can reach out to me or you can reach out to Coach, either one of us, and we're going to figure this thing out together, because the only way we can remove the excuses is to put in the work. Once we put in the work and then people see that we can sustain a camp and we have the coaches and we have the players show up, it won't be hard to be able to have access to this field on a regular basis. So this is a trial run. That's what I was told. If it works out well, we'll be invited to do it whenever we need. So it's on us. So we either going to show up or show out, or we're going to shut up. One of them.
One of them.
Coach, you got any final words, man?
No. Once again, a great show. 2 great student athletes with exceptional GPAs, and
Yes,
look forward to what they do as far as their spring visits, recruitment, and outstanding last go around in the senior season.
Yes, sir. Agreed. I'm definitely looking forward to everybody having a great, strong spring. And also keep your eyes out for the First and Goal 365 Jamboree. We will have information coming out on that soon. We say, what'd you say, Coach? Yeah, I said it. We're going to have a Jamboree as well.
Jamboree.
So keep your eyes ready for that. And we're looking for, if anybody, once again, watching this, if anybody wants to get some work against Coach Rack, hit me up, because I'm having the damnedest time seeing anybody that want to get some rec against Roseville. Number 3 team in the state by Max Prep, and he's having a hard time getting a scrimmage. I don't understand that. I don't know if people are running from it or what, but the narrative that I was told, I don't like it and I don't agree with it, so I won't use it. So the bottom line is, you're either scared or you're scared. Do you want the rec or what? So Roseville right now is looking for a second scrimmage. And I am here to advocate for them to get it. And so if you are a coach in this area or outside of this area and you want to come to Raleigh, North Carolina, or Durham, North Carolina, because it'll be at Durham County Stadium, and you want to get that rec, hit me up. We'll do the work. All right. So with that being said, everybody have a good one. Remember, the way I was supposed to say it is, the only guarantee you have is your grind. Nothing else is guaranteed. So put in the hard work and everything else will handle itself.
Absolutely.
Coach Brooks.
Coach Brooks.
Peace.
Take care.
Take care.